Cars are becoming more advanced and technical every year. In Watertown, New Jersey, Tom Petty, not the musician, but this Tom Petty, works alongside his son, repairing vehicles while teaching the next generation of technicians what it takes to fix high-tech cars and run a successful business.
People don't forget my name just because it's Tom Petty, but it would definitely fall into the category if I had $1 for every time, but it's a cool thing. My grandfather was born in 1880, so it was before Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. But it's cool. I like it. And everybody knows Petty Motorworks, and everybody in the area kind of knows me just from my technical experience.
So I grew up with my dad being a technical training instructor. Cars would get towed into our house, residential house, day in and day out from the start of me being 10, maybe younger. And he was always out there diagnosing things on the weekend. So I was always right next to him, seeing how things worked and going from there. My dad was always very adamant about learning how everything works, because if you know how it works, then you can diagnose it. If you can understand it, then you can diagnose it.
Tommy came to me and said that he wanted to follow in my footsteps. I said to him, well, then we need to do things a little differently. And if you're going to be here and I can work with you, we can have a family business.
Technology never slows down, and neither can they. Here, training is a must, and every lesson is a chance to pass on the knowledge that keeps this shop ahead of the curve.
I've learned very quickly that in order to stay current with technology, training is a necessity. It's not an option. My expectations of the guys are 100 hours a year of training to stay current. And let's face it, that's probably a bare minimum.
Somebody will ask a question, and so dad comes out, he gets a pen and a piece of paper, and he starts drawing these pictures because he wants the person to understand how it works, why it works that way, because then that's it. You know how it works, you know what's wrong with it, you know what to replace. It's like having a textbook with you everywhere you go.
Tools and tech can solve the car, but running a business takes a whole different set of skills. Success isn't just about fixing what's broken. It's about knowing when to ask for guidance to grow.
Fixing cars isn't always the hardest thing that we have to do. Sometimes running a business is, especially running a successful one. And being a technical training instructor, I've seen many really good technicians start shops, right, and fail because they don't know how to run it. That was something I had to address early on, and NAPA was very supportive because they understood it's not just about putting parts on cars, it's about the longevity of the business. So the first thing you have to understand as a business owner is to understand what you don't know, which isn't always an easy task because what you don't know isn't always on your radar, right? So the best thing that I could offer any young entrepreneur would be to get involved within the industry through a coaching service, through business guidelines, things like that. You need information that is beyond you.
In this shop, progress is a family tradition. What started as father teaching son has evolved into a partnership. One that blends passion, trust, and a shared drive to keep getting better.
He shares my level of enthusiasm for technology and growth. In the beginning, I would push him into learning things. Now he pushes me into learning things. So he's taken the point on the technical aspects of this shop. Of course, I still support all the actions, but he's really taken the point, and I'm very proud of him for that.
Working with family is interesting. We definitely get frustrated at each other, but there's always that mutual professional relationship, and he's my dad, I always love him. I've worked for other people in the past, and when I lock horns with somebody that's not related to me, it's definitely a lot different of a challenge. So I like it. It's nice working with family. I'd much rather that.
At the end of the day, it's the culture that keeps customers coming back. Trust, honesty, and doing right by people. That's the legacy he hopes his son will carry forward.
What advice would I give my son moving forward? First thing is maintain the culture in the shop that aligns with what you're trying to provide to your customers. You have to maintain the culture within your shop to provide that customer relations. Otherwise, your business will start to fail. Because, we can sell anything here, right? But if we don't keep customers and make sure they're loyal, then we have to keep mining new customers. And that's not what we do.
Figuring out the problem is just so satisfying, especially when you fix the problem. You have this A-Tech master level rate guy at the dealership, and he's replaced every part you could think of, and now it's at your shop. because the people that sold the car can't fix it. And so when you have that diagnosis, it's just like, you just want to do it again.
You know, I was at a service for a friend of mine, a technician that had passed recently. And one of the guys I worked with for years at the dealership, you know, we're all technicians standing around. And built into our human nature is the want to fix things, right? And it doesn't necessarily have to be a car. You know, he was talking about he couldn't get his lawnmower started and it was frustrating him. He resolved it and he felt reward out of it. You know, over the years, I get a lot of reward out of fixing things. But lately that's kind of transitioned to, I get a lot of reward out of our relationship with the community. You know, our customers feel loyal to us and we're loyal to them. They trust us and that trust is very valuable. So I think today, my biggest reward comes from how our shop relates to the community.